Greetings, pals.
Greetings, pals.
Greetings, pals.
Hey, welcome to the podcast Store on the Power. My name is Frank.
My name is Marcus.
My name's Tom.
And this is the podcast Store on the Power where we talk about movies, love it or hate it, we debate it, and we're going to sway each other's opinion.
Are
good
we?
to bad,
Are
bad
we?
to good. Yeah, we'll try.
We do try.
I don't care what you think.
I don't know how successful we are at doing it, but we try.
It's good to try your best. All I gotta do... No, how does it go?
Yeah.
What's that Macy Gray song?
The one about it.
I was about to sing
What
Don't
are
Go
the
Chasing
lyrics?
Waterfalls. That's Wales.
What are the lyrics to the chorus of that song is a genuine good question because I try to say goodbye and I choke, try to
So
walk
we're talking
away and
about-
I stumble. When I try to hide it, it's clear. What's the last part?
My world crumbles when you are not near.
Okay, I had no
Why do
idea.
you intentionally railroad our conversations?
Now, did Macy Gray sing the theme song
Well,
to Goldeneye?
up.
Shut
No,
up.
she didn't.
Okay. We're doing Goldeneye, the 1995 Pierce Brosnan James Bond vehicle. His first outing as the titular Bond, shaken not stirred, Mr. Pierce Bros.
Keep going.
Directed by Martin Campbell,
Sure.
written by Jeffrey Kane and Michael France, starring Sean Bean and Isabella Scorupco.
Sorry, did I put you
Scott.
off?
Almost.
No, it was really good ambient. It was almost impossible to detect you doing that.
Nice.
Okay, well, shout your name if you like this film. Oh, no, wait. On this podcast, we rate films out of 11.
Yes,
It's our
we do.
point of difference.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Please illuminate the audience as to why we do that.
Macy Gray was actually the 11th choice for the thing. No. I think approximately I would need 11 hours of therapy to get over something that happened to me when watching this film as a child. As in, that's a weird way of phrasing that. This film did something to me as a child that I've never quite recovered from.
Oh.
And I think everyone knows what I'm talking about, but we're going to
is this
get
film
into
like,
it.
like an uncle at Christmas? What's going on here?
No.
I'm gonna guess it's Thomas's
Sexual
his
awakening,
first crush
maybe.
on Alan Cumming.
Crush is relevant to what's going on, but
You
it is
got crushed.
no.
No?
You can't think of how Crush plays into a significant part of this movie that's very upsetting.
Where Alan Cumming gets crushed.
Okay, we'll get to it. I genuinely was scarred by this movie as a child, but we'll come back to
okay.
it.
All right.
Okay, that's fantastic. What a wonderful 11. I hope you get to
That was
see your
great.
therapist very
Okay,
soon.
thank you.
So shout your name if you,
yeah.
okay, so just shout your name if you like this film.
Oh God, Tom.
Yes!
You guys fucking suck at this. You guys, I had this awful premonition going in today. I was like, this is going to be Batman all over again. I'm going to be the one being like, yeah, I think it's okay. Like, what the fuck, guys? Like, why am I the one defending this?
I
will
could
say-
join you.
Yeah, I will say
I'm not going to be
close
very
to the line.
convincing. Like, I don't have a great argument for it.
I have a lot of pros and a lot of cons.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of approaching it.
So I guess we should just do some scores.
Sure.
Yes.
Shout
Marcus, you
out.
start.
No, I don't want to.
Marcus,
guys-
you start.
Oh, I start. Sorry. I'll go 5.1.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to give it a 5.4.
Ooh, he's almost
Yeah,
there.
and I guess I'm at like a 6.
Oh, it's
like-
not a like. It is a like.
it's Yeah, but, so like, mid. I
It's
was-
so mid.
It feels like a
It is. It's a
forced like.
mid movie. It's dispiritingly mid, given its reputation.
Is
This,
it
I
because of
think,
this
is the-
trauma? Is it the trauma that scored you down?
The trauma is kind of part of why I liked it, because that makes it interesting. The trauma is at least something, because I have to engage and be thinking about, ooh, what am I feeling? This is upsetting.
Interesting.
But that's something. A lot of the time, this movie is very boring, I think, and too messy to really justify itself. And it has such a reputation amongst Bond fans of like, well, we all agree that's the best Brosnan, and that revitalized the series. It did literally revitalize the series. Is it the best Brosnan? I don't know.
Would each of you
Well-
consider yourself a Bond fanatic anyway?
No.
No.
Me either. So, but I love Bond, but I'm not a diehard like some people out there really are.
You have a
They really
connection
go
to
for
it, a feeling of affinity. There's a word for what you feel. For
It's like when a mother and child get together for the first time, they do skin to skin so they can
have that some sort of
they can connect.
yeah.
connect
Chemical
meet up. Cute meat. Cute
God.
meat.
It's a cute meat.
Yes.
That's
James
it.
Cute Meat.
Yeah, James Cute Meat.
Yeah.
Cute me,
Shake
James.
me, shake me, don't stop.
You were bombed by this movie. Love bombed.
Love bomb.
Yes.
Okay.
There it is.
Let's. I guess we just start off. Yeah, it was Pierce Brosnan's first outing as Bond. Most people agree. It's like average is a 7 out of 10. Most people think it's pretty solid. It's grittier than I remember. I don't think I'd seen this movie.
Is it?
Through. This is my first time I'd say watching it.
Nastiness in this movie. I don't know if
nasty?
it's. I agree
Yeah,
with
okay.
with that definitely, but I don't know if it's. Yeah, a lot of the time, to what end is my whole sort of
Just give one
attitude towards
example of where you felt it was gritty. Just a quick one.
There's two bits where I think Sean Bean at the end, spoiler alert, obviously, is like, James, how many women have you left in your wake? You know, you're
the women that you've killed. Does finding solace in the arms of the women save you from the ones you couldn't save, right? And I might as well ask you about all the vodka martinis you've had. Does that drown out the cries of all the men you've killed? You know, which is trying to get psychoanalytical, which is not what we watch Bond for.
It's so interesting because then
It's a wrong film.
Yeah.
Isabella's character, I forget her name, the scientist who's the Bond girl in this.
Natalia, yeah.
She also is like, let me in. What's wrong with you? We're on the beach scene together, and she's like, why don't you? Again, it's washing over me, but she tries to get to the core of him.
Yeah.
Sean Bean tries to get to the core of him, and Pierce Brosnan's like, I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
A little quip, like he just
maybe
constantly quips.
2-dimensional? Maybe?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
just a
mean,
little?
barely. Maybe like it's a 1.5.
Maybe 1.5, yeah.
I think you're talking about like a psychological grit, as in like almost like a psychological barrier to him, which people keep kind of referencing, but then there's not much to it. Like, it's people keep telling us that Bond is a certain way, and as good looking as Brosnan he's kind of boring, which affirms the problem with a lot of Bond movies. Bond is often the most fucking boring part of it. You know, even Craig's movies, some of them, he's the most boring part of it. You know?
I mean, he's always going to be to some degree, because if he is emotionally shut off and he is just this cold hard killer.
Yeah.
But what the Craig movies do well is that they let the veil down, at least for a little bit, at least every now and then.
That's why
I think they
great.
achieve in the Craig films what they're trying to achieve in this one, I think, much better.
Yes, they're both resets, and Casino Royale benefits from being able to be like, not that I think he's much younger than Brosnan would have been in this. 75? So Brosnan would be 45 here. I guess Craig's probably in his like late 30s when he's in Casino Royale. But they're still going like he's got a more babyish look to him. He's blonde, for heaven's sake. He must be young, right? You know, so there's something about that attitude. And of course, they're like, it's his first time killing at the start of Casino Royale, whereas he still feels like a seasoned vet in this because of the way that M talks to him. You know, I know you're a relic of the Cold War. You're a chauvinist, misogynist. You're the reason we can't have Christmas parties anymore because of
also because at
trying
one
to fuck
point
all the secretaries.
A line of HR complaints.
Yes, I love when Miss Moneypenny's like, you know, this would constitute sexual. She's essentially like, Bond, you know, we have a HR department, right? Like
MI6, we're a large company.
Whereas Bond's already fucked them too. So.
Yes, true.
This is true.
Brosnan also references when he's telling M where to find the liquor, and he's saying, you know, your predecessor used to store it in whichever cupboard. Do you remember that?
Well, yeah, he says they used to have cognac, and she's like, I prefer bourbon. So she's like playing
but it's
that
establishing
power
that he's been around for a while.
It's a weird continuation or a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Not consistency.
Bond.
Sort of. That's it. Sorry, the Bond. Yes. God damn it. That was the one. A serialization that there is kind of some notion of, is this the same character or isn't it? And different movies have played with whether it's a different actor playing the same character. We're getting into weird things here. The movie itself, Goldeneye. Do you guys like the opening?
I think the opening's actually pretty good.
It never gets better. It never gets better than the opening.
Yeah,
truly.
Which is to say that the opening is fantastic.
Yeah, the opening's great.
It's fantastic until it's not, I will say.
What do you not like?
Yeah, when does it break?
You don't like when people invade poop space. You've got a hard and fast rule about that.
Yeah, look, I don't like the one-liners and the campiness of it all anyway. That's where it loses me. But when you've got a man, like when you start to defy all logic when it comes to these things, and I know that we're looking at like espionage thrillers and it's a spy thing and it's all the spoofs have covered everything that we know and love about the spy genre, right?
Yeah.
When a man jumps off a cliff on a motorbike and can somehow catch up to a plane, get in the plane and still fly off to safety.
It's the greatest thing in cinema. We all agree with that.
Sure. Yeah.
Here's the thing that
I love that
Marcus,
so much.
I loved it too, and I was like, it does suffer from
Logic.
the age of it and logic, but being parodied so much. And like the scene in the bathroom is literally who does Mr. Number 2 work for? I cooked that line. You know what I mean? From Austin Powers.
Yeah.
But he's doing the same stunts that Tom Cruise is doing, and a lot of it I would say looks pretty legitimate. Like that damn bungee. Is that right that they only had one chance to film it?
I think they got it on their first take. I'm not sure if they only had one chance, but the stuntman
I think the dude was like, I don't
did it in
want to do
one
it again.
go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a stuntman's like day out. He'd be loving that. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. That one doesn't look very safe. That's actually the least safe I've seen a stunty have to be put through the rings. Do you know what I mean? Like, in terms of the way I see gravity working with this damn jump,
Wait,
I don't like it. I think that he's just going to swing and bang like
Did you
a
just
bird
say in
into a
the
window.
terms of the way that you see gravity working?
I see
What do
gravity
you
differently
mean by
to you.
that?
Shut up.
When did Terrence Howard get here?
Moving on.
Guys, my understanding of gravity is that guy's going down. Like that's bad.
9.8 meters per second. Absolutely couldn't agree more. But isn't he about to? It looks. You think he's going to hit the damn wall because dams are. There's a rake.
He's
right?
going to hit that damn wall.
Oh my god!
damn.
Damn.
God damn.
It's very cool. I like. Look, the thing I like about the plane and catching up on the bike is it's a solution to a problem that an 8-year-old would come up with while playing with action figures.
Yeah,
but it
and you've
doesn't
used this
feel like
analogy
a
before.
cheat so much. Yes, I think I have. It doesn't feel like a cheat so much as it just feels like an extremity of something where you're like, yeah, I mean, if a guy catches a plane and he pulls up on the throttle or the joystick, what's it called? What would it be called?
What
would James
steering
Bond's
wheel?
joystick be called?
He's Bond. He's still thinking of Bond.
His Jimmy. Yeah,
His
but
bondage stick.
I love that. I think so much of what happens in that opening is really great. I love the faces in this movie. Obviously, Pierce Brosnan, great face. Sean Bean, great face. But the guy who plays Osimov, or Oromov, the
Oromov.
general.
Yeah.
Gottfried John.
Gottfried John. What a fucking face on that guy. He's
holy.
terrible at his job, and we'll come back to that several times, but he's very, oh my God, the face.
You know who I do like is the American CIA. It's Joe Don Baker as
Yeah.
Can't stand
Jack
him.
Wade.
Can't stand him.
I thought,
Can't stand
I know
him.
this guy from other
Nice.
things, and
Do
I
you?
clearly have just seen Goldeneye and Tomorrow Never Dies that many times that's what I know him from. He's from these two movies, and that's it.
Wait, so
That's
how
great.
many times have you guys seen this?
I watched Goldeneye like at least 8 or 9 times as a kid. I watched most of the other Brosnans a lot more, but I watched Goldeneye quite a lot.
I
when was
do
younger.
recall you
And-
watching a lot of Brosnan when we were growing up.
Yes.
I actually, arguably, I watched a lot less than you did. Pierce Brosnan's never been my Bond, and when Bond was a thing for us growing up,
Yeah.
I was never super into it. I was into the video
You're-
game Nintendo 64 aspect of it all.
You're more of a
which
George Lazenby Bond.
Yeah,
You've always
100%.
told me.
I
The
love
one
it.
time he
The
nailed
Laz.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
He's the only Bond to cry, and that resonates.
He's the only Bond to get married. And then very
Sure.
quickly divorced.
Very
Well,
quickly.
I don't know if you call it divorced. Widowed.
He's also a liar, George Lazenby. He just walked on a set and was like, "Yeah, I'm an actor," and they're like, "Okay."
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Have
he's
you-
good.
have you-
That's acting, baby.
But
What do you
just
think acting
he acted
is?
his way out. He acted his way on the set and acted his way into the film,
Yes.
and then he never acted again.
Oh, God.
Before we go jumping to
He's also a
too many
raging
areas,
alcoholic, but
have you boys seen all the other Bonds?
No. And so when you said fanatic earlier, I was very into the Pierce Brosnan Bonds,
phonetic.
but I've barely seen any of the ones before Brosnan.
Mm.
And I have seen all the Daniel Craig ones, but some of them I've watched obviously I've done my duty and watched Quantum of Solace every year, as, you know, it's one of the greatest films
film.
ever made, right,
What a
Frank?
film. Yeah, no, 100%.
Fucking madman. For the record,
What?
Frank genuinely thinks Quantum of Solace is a good movie, which should
Quantum's
disqualify
not
him
terrible.
from polite society.
Yeah.
Quantum's
That's,
not
you know,
terrible. Are we?
I
What's
told
the
you what
joke
you
here?
know about
Quantum
Quantum.
of Solace is a shit
Thomas,
show.
hey, that's not what we're here to talk about.
No,
Why don't
it's
you get
not.
off your
You're
high
right.
horse?
Anyway,
I apologize.
we
I'm
digress.
sorry.
Judging
Let me get on my
people.
lower horse. His
For the
little
bad
neighbor.
guy in Bond,
Yeah.
who's like 4 foot tall.
Yes.
Yeah, when like Pierce Brosnan was never my Bond either. Like Daniel Craig's, I mean, of course he is. That's our generation. But like, people were mad about this. They're mad at every Bond. They're always mad at the new Bond. But like, I think
the next one's
good.
They're going to crack it, and no one's going to be mad at it at all. I think it's going to go smooth sailing for whoever's next. Good luck
Aaron
to
Taylor.
him or her.
Anyway, back to the film. So
It's a little inside.
I think my issue is that the film does, and you've said this before, Tom, is it does peak very early. I think even though maybe some moments in the opening sequence is a little problematic for me, it's pretty fun. And if you suspend all disbelief and just sort of buy into it, have a good time with it at the start, it's great. And then it just fizzles out for a good portion of the film, and it doesn't really re-engage with me, or I find it interesting really until we get to them escaping from the prison or the library or whatever it is.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get going. It's very lumpy, and I looked at the time stamp when he's getting debriefed by M, and I'm like, we're 45 minutes in, and we're just getting to here's the mission and here's what's happening. Like, pick it up, guys. This is too long.
It's 2 hours and 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yes, and then we people have seen the movie, I assume. Sean Bean is the villain. Alec Trevelyan, who is shot at the start, we think, and he's 006, James Bond's close friend, and then it turns out he's Janice, he's the head of the shady organization that are the terrorist group. And he doesn't show up until like an hour and 5 or an hour and 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so this is our villain. And then his screen time is very minimal.
And I don't
get much out. I remember that when I was younger thinking, oh, Sean Bean's good in this. I don't really think he registers. He doesn't get much to do in this.
I mean, I think he's doing the job.
He's competent, but it's certainly not. It's not like Rami Malek fucking like disaster in No Time to Die.
I was like, where are you going?
But it's But it's no Javier Bardem. It's no Mads Mikkelsen. It's I think Jonathan Pryce is way better in Tomorrow Never Dies as Elliot Carver. I think
that's just a better film than this,
which is weirdly controversial. People really basically say it starts at Goldeneye and then goes downhill, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I think Tomorrow Never Dies is more interesting. But
I think it's the better Tomorrow Never Dies Brosnan films.
Is Tomorrow Never Dies the one with the windsurfing? And the horrendous special effects?
No, that's Die Another Day, the greatest film of the 21st century. Watch your mouth, Frank. Right next to Quantum. No, Die Another Day is a very difficult,
an atrocity. Yeah.
A weird film. Film.
Okay, so should we talk about Famke Janssen in this film?
Famke Janssen has scarred me psychologically, and I will never be well again because of what she's done to me.
I've just registered what the crush is,
guys.
Thomas.
Like, she did enjoy a good squeeze. Okay, so Tom story time. When I was a child, I remember watching this movie for the first time.
How old?
I couldn't have been much older than 8.
And on average, how many years were you 8?
Your mother is just irresponsible.
She is. And what was that, sorry, Marcus?
On average, how many times a year were you 8 years old?
How many times a year was it? Oh, how many times on average?
Good. I nearly spat out my drink.
Good bit.
Oh, no.
I was 8 years old. Must have been the early 2000s. And I watched this, and when it got to the scene of her killing the admiral or the captain by squeezing him to death with her thighs while they were
way to have sex,
making angry tiger love, I didn't cope very well. And I was very frightened that was what sex was.
Frank, can I say it? Can I say it?
So, please.
Guiltiest wank he's ever had.
At 8?
Right?
I really don't want to engage with you anymore.
I was going to say, so and that's why Tom's still a virgin. But that's cheap.
That's not the reason.
That's not the reason. It's the beard.
This is me being so vulnerable right now, and I just can't believe how awful you guys are being to me at this moment.
Honestly, just shave it off.
I had a terrible. Oh, I don't care about the beard. This is my sexual hang-up. You need to listen to. So I was devastated by this movie as a child.
Because she squeezed him to death.
Because she squeezed him to death. And then she does the same to Pierce Brosnan when they're in the sauna. And I just remember finding that she is enjoying it so much. I've never seen I've never seen a woman that pleased, and you can trust me on that.
Yeah, we believe you.
Enjoys that process, and like it's so frightening. So anyway, I remember 12 months later, I was at a sleepaway camp at school where it was like, you know, grade 4, everyone's staying, we get our sleeping bags, and they're like, all right, we're going to put a movie on for you guys. And they put on the projector, Goldeneye, and I was like, call my mother. I am not staying and watching this. I refuse. I will have a breakdown in front of these children when that Spider Woman starts strangling people with her iron legs of death. She's so scary.
Two things here, Tom. One, you were great in this movie. Two,
thank you. I assume you're going.
It's a shame she killed you that way. Two.
Oh, you're not going Alan Cumming? I'm so obviously Alan Cumming. Like, what a missed opportunity. No, you think I'm the big, hairy,
bald, the sweaty, hairy guy that gets killed by her for sure.
I see it now.
Two,
yeah, okay.
Have you watched it with subtitles? Because I actually watched it with subtitles this time around.
Yes.
Does it describe her sounds?
It does. Yeah. And usually when she's on screen, there's something along the lines of...
bracket says she's coming, just over and over
it's
again.
Like moans with pleasure seems to come up a lot.
And that's when she's firing a machine gun into a crowd of people. She continually is just like, this is the only way I can come. And it's like,
she's a very damaged character, but Famke Janssen is like, that's a pretty incredible performance.
She's easily the best thing in this film.
I kind of agree.
All of the supporting.
And it's so weird.
I think all of the supporting's pretty good.
Outside of Pierce, yes. I agree.
Oh, Alan Cumming's great.
Alan Cumming's the real villain. The movie recognizes that. They give him the last death because they're like, he's more interesting than Sean Bean. We know that, right? Yeah.
I don't mind. Sean Bean's death's the thing I knew about this because, again, as I said, this is the first time I've seen it properly, but I knew Sean Bean died in a dish with a leg like this.
He died in a dish?
Okay. He died in a dish.
Alan Cummings and Natalia, the actress, I've forgotten her name.
Isabella Scoruppo.
Yeah, the Russian accents are not good.
Who cares?
Well, Famke Janssen is not actually Georgian, and neither is Alan. I think Alan Cummings doing a funny, like, cabaret version of it, which he should be good at, like as if he was doing a cabaret
playing
show.
The MC from Cabaret.
I mean, essentially, he's just like a grumpy nerd Reddit MC,
Come
right?
to the
but I love his
old chum.
I'm breaking into the CIA. These slugheads, like he's great. He's really fun. Slugheads is a fun thing to say.
And it's just the constant like fixing of the glasses.
Yes, it's so mannered, but it's great. But I agree with you that as much as I'm not kidding right now with you guys, this is legit, 100%. In the lead up to watching this movie the other day, I got a stomach ache because I knew I was going to have to watch those scenes. We watch so many movies that are horrors or thrillers or that have really confronting moments in them. There is nothing in the whole run of this pod that has made me as uncomfortable as watching those scenes with Xenia again. I'm not kidding. It still fucks me up. It still upsets me.
Should we talk about...
But she's really...
So how do you have sex now? Like,
I can only watch that movie.
Talk about
it's only when that movie's playing.
Let's spend the next 10 minutes of our listeners' time
the last
talk
thing
about
I want to
Tom's
say
sex life.
is just to agree with you. But every time a scene with her was done, I was like, that was incredibly compelling. Like, she's such a force of nature in this, as much as she upsets me.
She's great.
She's incredible.
Great. And her death is kind of great too.
It's very stupid, but in a way that I like.
But it's less stupid than things that have happened prior, I think.
So she gets yanked into the tree and the helicopter's pulling her up, right? You just expect something to snap or to explode.
And instead she's just oh, too much. And then just drops limp. Like,
the bondage got too extreme. And it's like,
bondage. Yeah.
Oh.
What? Oh my gosh, how did we not think of that before?
But yes,
I just want to go back. I think Pierce Brosnan, I think he's pretty great.
I think he holds the screen.
As a person. No. His charisma is beyond palpable.
Is it overconfidence though? I think that he's
I think it's perfectly measured. He knows exactly his power and he turns it on. As soon as he does that smile to anyone, like, putty. I'm absolute putty. I was watching this with Luce and she was like, God, he's charismatic.
He's so sexy.
Why did your voice get so low?
He's incredibly sexy, and I agree that there's just like he exudes charm, but I just think the way the character is written and the way that it's kind of like trying to offer some psychological fringe or dimension to him that is not actually there. The way people talk about Bond. Well, the scene that you were talking about with Isabella, and she's like, why don't you ever let anyone in? You need to learn to let people. And it's like, I'm sorry, we've known each other for 7.5 minutes. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
she's a scientist. She's smart.
Just pick it up.
Her hypothesis is that he's cagey. I don't know. Like, maybe it's a sign of the times where they couldn't. I mean, from where we've been, from the Bond characters of previous, where they're like smacking women and just being drunks.
Yeah, it's like, definitely a step in the right direction for sure.
Well, that's Sean Connery off camera, but on the film as well. I would say allegedly, but he admits that on a talk show.
Not allegedly. Yeah, he's pretty open about it.
That's what your mother said.
Jesus.
So I think Pierce. Like, I just think they. It's a sign
think
of the
they wasted
times. They
too
could have
much
done
time.
more.
Oh, sorry.
In the middle, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I just think he's great. He's not given quite enough to do, but at least they're trying. At least they're taking it a step in the right direction. And then the Daniel Craig version is the evolution of that, where they allow the audience to actually see his broken nature and how dark and gloomy his life is.
And
it's a criticism of the
Mark,
writing. It's a criticism more of the writing, though, I would say, in terms of, again, we've spent 40 minutes of effectively nothing or laboured narrative and storytelling, where we could have spent just a little bit more time in terms of cooking that relationship between those two. Because by the end of the film, when they're macking on each other and having a great time, I'm like, how have we got here? Like, I know he's charming and he's beautiful, but like, she's gone from literally being like, he means nothing to me. This quip that they do between each other of like, kill him, whatever, shoot him, and he does the same to her.
That. She loves him.
No, of course, but how have we gotten there so quickly?
Because he smiled at her.
Yeah, I get it.
Like
Frank is such an easy lay. Jesus Christ!
Buy me a drink.
Did you guys see? He smiled at me.
Yeah, I go to the 30
he has a
Seconds to Mars
license
concert
to
and I'm
kill
that girl.
Frank. Yes, but anyway, I think
you missed my Jared Leto reference, but that's fine.
Okay, go on.
I bet it was a good one.
Go again.
I don't want to do it.
Yuck.
No, I bet it was good. Go on.
I was just saying I'm the girl at the concert that Jared Leto smiles at and pulls up on a stage, and then I felt bad about it because that's disgusting.
Oh, you felt bad about that one? That's okay. Okay.
Yeah. Bury me.
30 seconds too far, Frank.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 moments in this film, maybe 4, I'll give him credit. There's four moments in this film where I feel is the most Bond that we get. And you get the opening sequence with him and Alec moving through the base and doing all their little gadgety things and whatever they're doing. It's great. And then you've got him in the tank. Now, the whole tank sequence to me is dumb. Is dumb as heck.
Dumb as hell.
Dumb as hell. However, there is one moment that almost redeems it in a way, and it's when he stops those 2 cop cars behind him and he turns around, adjusts the tie, and then drives on. That I kind of enjoyed. I want a little bit more of that throughout the entire film.
It's funny that they were like, the least cinematic thing in the world is going to be us putting Pierce Brosnan inside a tank. And then just cutting to shots of him in an interior so we're going to need you to stand up and drive the tank at the front of it as no one has ever done. He looks ridiculous. I don't like that sequence very much. I like that finally the original theme music fucking comes in at that point, which is the first time in the movie, maybe briefly at the beginning, but the movie for an hour and 15 is subsisting on this terrible tinny fucking score that's got this weird electronic like drum machine and synth quality that's awful. And then finally when you get you're like, oh, thank God, Jesus Christ.
You want to try that again?
You want to try that again? You just picked
not hearing it.
How does he manage
that? That's perfect. Wow, that was good.
Wow.
Thank you.
The most warbled trumpet of all time.
I just think it's so funny because you'd imagine Pierce Brosnan on set standing in the tank, but to drive a tank you have to be like 3 meters inside, so there's probably 3 guys in there be like, and action, and Pierce just stands there.
Standing.
You'd just be
for
doing
king and country
literally nothing.
Yes,
for king and country.
For England, James.
You said these moments, Marcus, the opening, the tank, what else?
The escape, so when they escape the interrogation cell and start to move their way out of there is actually right before the tank sequence. Is actually quite fun. And that, again, I hate to keep calling back to the video game, but this was such a a cultural phenomenon, and this is, I think, why this film has the legacy that it honestly has.
I think you're right. I think it's piggybacking a lot off. When I talk to people about Goldeneye, they're like, oh, I love that movie. I'm like, I think you love the game. And the movie, it only exists because of the movie.
Yeah,
so
I think
you
nostalgia
have that
has clouded you quite a lot. I think nostalgia
you
really
sound like an
drives
odd
this.
job motherfucker to me. Like, you know.
And then the final one where I really enjoyed it, genuinely sat up in my seat a little bit to watch, was the fist fight between him and Alec at the end of the film.
It's brutal. It's a lot more sort of I suppose there's something primal about it that's you're not expecting, which I kind of liked.
The action in this film, some of it's ridiculous. The tank scene, obviously, the stunts are outrageous, but they look relatively real, and the fighting, I think, is pretty extraordinary. I think Pierce Brosnan handles himself.
95,
yeah, pretty good.
But he handles himself so well. He looks. I mean, he's 95. No, he's 45 kilos, soaking wet, but
he handles himself better than he looks he should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's got a good, that classic, he doesn't look like the freaky fucking HGH mold that we have today. But when he's got his shirt off and who are we talking about?
Who's on HGH?
Wait, are we talking about Pierce Brosnan? I'm just double checking.
No one's on HGH.
No, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have that. But when he's walking through in the sauna and when he's lying in the pool, I'm like, nice, I like it. Yeah, he looks good.
And he's got a good shag carpet holding him up.
Yes.
Well, good chest of hair. Goldeneye the game sold 8 million copies. That thing was everywhere.
It was a phenomenon.
I don't know how it happened in 64, and I played that game.
Man, that's like the population of the world. That's nuts. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, 8 million. It's like, wow, one in
I can't even count to that.
Give it a go.
No.
We'll wait.
Okay, wait. No. Go.
Nah.
Move on. Bad bit.
Start with 1.
Yes, so going back to the film, this, I honestly sort of slept on the middle here. And I've seen this quite a few times, probably not as many as Tom in my lifetime, but during this last watch, I was so disengaged in the middle and only perked up during the very infrequent action sequences when they did crop up. I honestly remember there being more action in this than there actually is.
I remember there being more substance to it, but then I realized as it was happening, I was like, oh, there's a reason I can't remember most of this. It's because it doesn't matter. And every now and then there are sequences that I'm like, this performance is interesting and adding. I mean, Judi Dench is wonderful in this film. And I was so disappointed where the second he walked out of M's office, I was like, oh, that's it for her in this movie. I forgot that's kind of it.
Do we get it
Coltrane.
twice?
Robbie Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane's great. Minnie Driver, who I did not remember being in this.
I'm glad they give her less time.
Honestly. She to chill out. Minnie Driver is a wondrous young lady.
Yeah,
I think
she only did this because she was broke.
You like that? You like it because she's Adam Driver's mum.
Wait, is that legit?
That's not.
That's true.
Is that true? No,
that's 100% true.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
No, it's not true. Stop it.
Guys.
He's a Nepo baby.
It checks out he's a Nepo baby.
Yes.
She's a bad singer.
I only dislike her because she turned down Cars, which I think she would have been perfect for. But, whatever. What are you going to do?
What would she drive?
A Mini, obviously. Anyway. See, Frank, you didn't even get that.
Oh, you guys. Comedy duo of the year.
Is Mini.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought Jaguar.
Jesus Christ.
It's weird that he drives a BMW in this. That would have pissed people off a lot.
Huge deal. I wonder how much money.
German car in a James Bond film.
They must have paid so much money for that to be the car. Who's the girl in the car in the first scene? Who is that? When they're like,
I don't know. She's the psychologist, right? She's like, well, I've been sent out to psychoevaluate you, and he's like, well, I want to maybe I have some champagne.
I was confused because I genuinely thought that was Moneypenny. In the car with him.
Moneypenny Samantha Bond, who's just has that one scene.
What's her last name?
Because then they have that scene together later in the film when she said something, the whole HR conversation about you've never had me, and I said, wait, what did you do at the start?
Wasn't that her?
they're
I think
different.
I've always
You've got
thought that was
petite,
Moneypenny.
mousy British lady blindness. Like
Yeah,
they do
no,
have
truly.
a similar look to them. I do.
Truly.
I feel like Frank, if you were in the car at the start with James and he was speeding like that, he wouldn't even need the champagne. He'd just stop the car and you'd just be like, and I'm trying to be polite here, on his joystick.
We'll cut that, I think. It was disgusting to watch and to listen to. Wait, do you think driving fast turns me on? Is that what
I
you
think
gets me
I
on?
mean, you've established that just
Brosnan.
yeah,
No,
just a
here's the thing.
smile is going to do it. I mean, if he's going to be
The smile's
flying
gonna
around
do it.
corners at high
But
speed,
I'm a very responsible driver. You know, I'm under the speed limit most days.
Yeah.
what if he was speeding
Call
and
you Adam.
smiling?
You can't speed and smile at the same time. He's concentrating too hard.
Oh,
No,
okay.
yeah, there's no way.
Yep.
That situation
We
will
might
not
fact
exist.
check that.
We have to look
Okay.
into that.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Martin Campbell, who directed this?
Yeah, who's done not a lot else that matters, except he also then did Casino Royale.
Vertical Limit. Yeah, I know.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Vertical Limit and The Mask of Zorro, which people really like, but I've never seen.
Which is
You've
great. It's
never
Catherine
seen The Mask of
Zeta-Jones and
Zorro?
Antonio Banderas.
I've never seen The Mask of Zorro.
What?
Boy, we are doing that film next.
Mate, have you seen Vertical Limit, though?
I have not. I saw Horizontal Threshold.
Restrictions.
I don't know.
I saw Terminal Velocity,
Sure.
and I wish your
I
velocity
saw
was terminal.
Diagonal Downgrade. And you know what? I wasn't impressed. I give
So
it
do we
a-
think he's a good director? Or
I think
Well, he
he's-
directed. Here's the thing. He directed Casino Royale.
Yeah.
So
He invented
Of course.
parkour. We've got to give it up to him. It didn't exist
It's
before
true.
Martin Campbell.
Sure.
You see, again, we can fact check that, but you guys are going to have red faces. I'm telling you right now.
it is hot in here. I think he's good. I think this. I mean, again, it's the writing. It's hard to really tell. He could have probably chopped out half an hour of this movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Then he found his feet. Casino Royale is like a fucking exceptional movie.
Yeah.
Pardon my language. So sorry.
Okay.
I'm not sorry. I believe in what I said.
I think he does a good job at sort of the heightened aspect of this in the way that a Bond movie has to be and has to exist in this mentality of a Secret Service agent who drinks like a fucking fish and has sex with everything that moves but doesn't have cirrhosis or venereal disease somehow. And it's like, okay, well, that's like a strange
He doesn't
world.
actually drink. I wouldn't say he drinks that much in this film.
I guess
Yes,
you're right. I
that
guess they've
one
And he only
scene,
fucks like
right?
3 times. Language, Frank. What's wrong with me? Sorry. But. Martin Campbell he directed Green Lantern as well. So
yes,
it's like
so we got to give him his
Oh,
flowers.
yeah.
it's like Legend of Zorro, Casino Royale, Green Lantern.
There's some pretty big highs and pretty big lows there.
Yeah, I mean he's taken swings, obviously.
Yeah.
He's taken swings. So
Mm.
Martin, I take my Campbell off to you.
What does that mean?
I just
Elaborate.
Campbell on and on.
Elaborate.
No.
I think
Jesus
so.
Christ.
Like,
I'm in your camp, Bull.
what's going on? What's going on, bro?
We're not-
Martinini. I'll have a Martinini.
You're making this very hard to yes and you on this.
Camped,
Jesus.
not belled. I think that he does it like the scene in the graveyard with all the big. Well, it's not even a graveyard; it's like a statue graveyard where
old
Bond
like
meets
Russian relics.
Yeah, it's like
and-
Lenin and Stalin and Trotsky all like collapsed. And it's like,
McCartney,
you see, it's the ruins
Ringo.
of the Soviet Union that has
Yeah.
happened since the last movie. It's like, oh, interesting. What do you have to say about that? And the movie's like, ooh, it happened. And it's like, but is that it? Is that all you've
Yeah,
got?
just a fog machine and some spooky ghosts. And
Truly.
That's about it.
And like, what's it? Robbie Coltrane's like, oh, Russia has changed. And it's like, in what way? All the ways. And then it moves on. And then there's the scene where Judi Dench is kind of like, you're a misogynist, you're a chauvinist, you're a dinosaur, you're a relic of the Cold War. And the movie seems to keep insisting this isn't your old James Bond. He was always around during the time where it was the tension between the Western United Allies, the Americans, the British, and the Soviets. And this is a new one. Oh, who's he fighting this time? These Russians. There's a bunch of Russians. It's like, okay, so what the fuck's the difference? Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's no real change. You guys are kind of paying lip service, a pun that's in the movie, to an idea that he is a new character, but he's not really. Plus, last thing I'll say, Sean Bean's whole thing where he's like, my parents were Cossacks, and that was a whole thing because the British betrayed us, and that was like really meaningful to me. And you're like, what's up with that? And the movie's like, I don't know. You just yada yada. Please, we don't have time. Like, none
We
of it
need to
matters.
use it in this one plot point for a hostage standoff, and it doesn't really work, so we'll move on again.
Because Urumov, again, is so bad at his job.
He's like, wait, is that true? He's like, yeah, it's true. And he's like, okay.
Okay, but in the scene before that, he kills his boss and goes, what happened is James Bond shot him while he was escaping. So, of course, here is your gun. There you go. Yeah. And Bond's like, thank you. Yes. What are we doing here, bro?
He throws the gun to him. It's a very confusing moment.
And the two dumbest things that happen are he does that and Bond doesn't immediately shoot him with the gun that has bullets in it. Yeah. Like, what are we doing here? It's a very silly scene.
It is.
I mean, the movie consistently has moments like that, like where Bond wakes up in the helicopter and they're like, eject button right here next to your forehead in case you were wondering, and it's like,
and he has to headbutt it.
Fantastic. Like, so much stuff like that to me is not the fun 8-year-old playing with stuff. If I was playing with an 8-year-old and I'm like, how's he gonna get out of this? And he'd be like, well, you see there's an eject button. I'd be like, you stupid fuck, like, you can't just put an eject button in there, that's cheating, right? That's my take. What were you gonna say, Frank?
Huh?
Tuned out. He's gone.
Frank glazed the fuck over then. I gave him a little.
I was just looking up the writers to see what they had done.
How did we think about? What did we think of the opening title song? Tina.
I think really generic.
I think it's the greatest Bond song ever written. Probably.
Genuinely.
Only because I have fond memories of singing it, but it's a bad song.
Can you sing it for like the? I'm not kidding. Can you give me the melody?
Goldeneye. No, I have no idea how it goes.
No,
I don't know how it goes.
No one knows how that song goes. The only thing
it's not memorable.
As you're listening to it, you're like, this is pretty bad. I don't know how this could get much worse. And then you see written by Bono in the Edge, and you're like, well, at least Bono's not singing it. Like, at least it's Tina instead of Bono.
You can hear Bono singing
it. And you're like, that's the worst version. Yes.
That's the problem with this.
I think that's
I would love to hear their Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark musical. They wrote a Broadway musical. Isn't that fucking crazy?
And didn't someone die in the production of it?
Almost. I think
Julie Taymor was like directing it, and then they had to be like, "This isn't worth it."
And it was Reeve Carney, Tom, who's the guy from Hades Town.
Of course. Wait for me.
Back to the film.
I won't wait for you. Let's move on. Is there anything?
No, I find that again with. Before we get to the pantry, another issue I have with Goldeneye and the Pierce Brosnan Bonds in general is that you don't get enough of that espionage, spy stuff anyway. And being a secret agent as he is, nothing's very secret. Do you know what I mean? Like everything he does is loud, is in public view. He's not doing a lot of work. He's just turning up to locations and getting away with whatever's happening. He's very reactive in terms of how he does his job. It's a strange role if you think about it, and I think it's down to the writing of how they're doing it. But again, you have James Bond jumping into a tank and blowing up an entire city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are the repercussions here? Like, what are we doing? Are we starting a world war by doing that?
Yeah. I don't disagree. I think that's actually a really good way of putting it, how he's reactive and almost sort of passive and like a little unconcerned.
Fluky?
Say again?
Yeah. A little fluky too.
Well, yeah. I mean, the scene
Nothing
that
seems intentional.
The thing I still think about, besides the like psychological sexual scarring of it, is when he's like, I want to meet Janice. You know, he tells Robbie Coltrane, and he's like, anyway, tell them I'll be in the bathhouse, just lying in the middle of the pool, eyes closed, whenever they want to come in. You know, I'm like, dude, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, yeah, you're right. He just kind of consistently ends up in these situations where it's like, it should be very easy to kill this man. It shouldn't actually be that much trouble. And he hasn't given me any sense that he has any leverage most of the time. Even with Coltrane, I'm not entirely sure why Coltrane isn't just like, kill this motherfucker. He hurt my knee. It hurts.
You can see why Austin Powers was so easy to create.
Austin Powers is based on these movies, which is crazy because then it's like doing that's something I just think is interesting.
I thought you were being facetious. Of course they are.
Well, I was going to get into it in the Butler's Pantry.
The other bit,
go Butler's Pantry.
The other bit that is, I think, hilarious when Pierce Brosnan is obviously the world's worst secret agent. Sorry, but it's like when he's at the end when they're macking in the grass. Yeah. He's like, "There's no one around for 25 miles," and then 15
SEAL Team 6.
That one just pop into screen.
That one guy just goes, "Keep going."
Yeah.
Well, they're all.
But it's like,
we wanted to watch.
He might obviously a joke line, but it's like You're going to get killed, man. You're going to get killed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's go into the pantry.
Okay. There's a butler in the pantry with a mic. Boom, boom, boom. The butler's pantry.
You don't have to do that.
We talked about this.
Do you have sound effects?
Oh.
Do you?
You understand, I have plenty. It's all in here, baby. It's an orchestra in my mouth.
Go on, what's in the pantry?
I was being facetious before, Marcus. Yes, Austin Powers. Yeah, so you're correct, obviously.
Thanks.
007. That's true. Mike Myers had seen the movies, and he was
that's
doing
good.
a little skill.
That's good stuff.
It's an interesting time in '95 for this movie to come along. 1989 is the last movie. It's Timothy Dalton. What was it? The Living Daylights or License to Kill? I think it was License to Kill.
Let's get the Living Daylights out of me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And he was a bit more of a brutal Bond, from my understanding. Movies I haven't seen, but they sound a bit more violent and a bit more 80s-ish, like very kind of coked up. And for 6 years, still the biggest gap there's been, although now it's been like 4 or 5 years since the last Bond movie. But it was 6 years between 89 and 95, this movie getting made. And everyone was like, is Bond done? Do we need Bond anymore? One, the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 91, which kind of made people go, well, he's a hero who's meant to be combating that. But also, we've got fucking Die Hard now. Die Hard with a Vengeance comes out this year and trounces this movie. Makes way more money, right? Mission Impossible is the year after this. So the type of secret agent or the type of even just action hero that exists and is successful and audiences want to see is very much not Bond at this time. This movie still does really well, surprisingly. Like, people were not expecting it to be as big a hit, and probably a lot of that is off the back of Brosnan, right? He is Remington Steele. People already knew who he was, and he's got a fucking face. He sells movie tickets. But it's just an interesting time for this movie to have come out and saved the series. There's a world in which if this movie didn't do well, they were like, I don't know, I guess that's it. Maybe no more Bond, right? And then it's gets another 30 years out of it. The thing that's interesting now is I think we're about to enter a new golden era because finally Bezos is at the helm. So he's got Bond, and I can't wait to see what he does with it.
More like a golden era.
What does that mean?
It's gonna be a shit fight. It's gonna be awful that Amazon have this because they're just gonna churn it out content.
Albert Broccoli was the guy who produced them all until he stepped aside at Goldeneye, and Barbara, his daughter, takes over, right? And
Barbara Broccoli, greatest name in
an amazing name,
anything.
And her and I want to say Michael J. Wilson, I think, or Williams. Michael J. Fox. I apologize. Obviously, the mind behind James Bond. They had been producers for the last 25 years. And then they were trying to work out with Amazon when Amazon bought MGM what they were going to do. And then there was a press release that's like, okay, we've finally sorted out what's going to happen with Bond. And everyone's like, oh, it's been a while. Finally, what's happening? They're like, Barbara's leaving the project and now we're doing it by ourselves. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's good. That's a great fucking sign. Can't wait to see where that goes. It's so bad. I think you and I were talking about this last week, Marcus. The Oscars essentially this year did an in memoriam to James Bond. They got Doja Cat and they got Ray to sing old Bond theme songs at the Oscars. And everyone's like, is it like an anniversary? And everyone's like, no, it's a funeral. Like, Bond's done. Yeah. Like, what are we doing now? Amazon's going to fucking run it into the ground with 7 TV shows, all about what Moneypenny does as a side hustle or whatever the fuck it's going to be about. Like, it's going to be terrible.
And the multiverse. They'll do the multiverse with Jason Bourne. And
yes.
It'll be like Moneypenny for your thoughts.
Okay. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Great. You should write for them, pal.
Yeah.
They've actually asked me. I got a few ideas.
Yeah, I think it's dead in the water. I've given up.
I don't think it's dead in the water. I don't think it's dead in the water. But it is very concerning that now the broccolis are gone.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't feel confident.
Yeah.
But you do hope that maybe the films are going to be good at least.
Our parents told us to, always eat our greens when we were kids, right? Now there's no broccoli. What are we going to do? What are we going to do in this situation? You guys... It's broccoli. They're broccoli. There's no broccoli left on the plate.
Yeah, we get it.
They took the broccoli off the plate, and when we were kids.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
Sorry.
Okay, let's go.
Just making sure.
Let's move on. Let's move on to MVP.
MVP.
Who wants to go?
It's going to be Xenia on a top from me. It's going to be.
We haven't said her name yet, have we? That is her name.
Xenia on a top. Jensen's easily the best thing in this, I think. Maybe. I mean, Judi Dench is an easy one. She only has 2 scenes, and she's still better than most people on screen.
She's good.
Judi Dench is great.
Yeah.
I just want to highlight quickly Desmond Llewellyn, who plays Q.
I love Desmond Llewellyn.
We didn't talk about Q.
He's losing it, though, man. He's losing it, right? Like,
Don't touch that. That's my lunch.
And he's like, look, here's the pen.
Yeah, he's an old man.
I know,
Jesus
but like,
Christ.
they didn't want to double that with someone else's hands. It makes him look
I
like
hate that
he's going to
whole
blow shit up.
sequence. That whole sequence.
I
I
love
kind
that
of
whole
think it's
sequence.
fun. I'm just like,
I
yeah,
think
give
it's
me
great.
something to focus. Give me some like silly shit going on.
It's so silly.
It is very
Well, it is so
silly.
silly, but again, we didn't have the parodies when this came out, so you can't judge it that harshly. Alan Cummings by MVP.
Oh,
awesome.
really?
I would
Yeah,
be
I
tempted to go with Alan Cumming.
I love
think
him.
he's a lot of fun. And
I'm invincible.
yes.
Yeah.
Again, he gets that last grace note because people are like, yeah, he's the funny one,
He
right?
deserves it. Yeah.
And even just like the spite, the smarm in his voice when he's like, she doesn't even have access to the chords. She's just a second level
two
program. Like,
But
oh,
then when she comes in and he's like, Natalia, yeah, it's good
so
to see
excited
you.
to see her. He's like,
And
oh,
she's
that's
like-
right. I tried to have you killed. Like
Yeah,
he totally
I hate you,
forgets
man.
moment to moment what's
Yeah,
happening.
I think it's funny.
I think
Okay.
I'd agree it has to kind of be Famke Janssen, but again, like that's one of those things where I feel like I'm going to be offering that answer, paying $120 an hour at a session soon. Someone's going to be like, and why is it Famke Janssen?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
So you haven't started therapy yet. That's surprising to me.
This is
I
a
do wanna
precursor
think-
to my therapy.
I think
It's
Pierce
going
Brosnan
badly.
is really good though. I don't want to discredit Pierce Brosnan. I think he's fantastic. I think the writing could be better for him, but I think he does an incredible job with what he's doing.
I need to say, this is easily our most imbalanced episode ever I can think of, where I came in the most positive and you guys have had way more positive. You especially, Frank. Like Marcus a little, but Frank, you've
so
had
sue me.
far more positive things to say about this than I have. And you were at a
Yeah.
5.4. So I assume you're throwing in the bow.
Great memory, and yes, I am.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not much though. It's like a 6.4. Up
See,
a point.
Tom,
Up a
I just
point.
remember growing up thinking this was way cooler than it actually
I did
was.
too. I did too.
Yeah.
You were children, like duh.
Yeah. No, really, like we totally bought into
not
it.
to use the good argument, but
No,
duh.
but it is the good argument, and it's not a
Not
great
to
watch
use
now.
this highbrow,
Sacred- it's the
sophisticated.
sacred-
In the words of Socrates, duh. Like, yeah, it works. It works.
It's quite sovereign, isn't it, Tom?
Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Nice, great, fantastic. All right, anyone else throwing in the power? Or is it just me?
Nah. Wait, what'd you throw to? What'd you throw to?
I went 5.4 to 6.4.
Oh, you're
I
up.
like it.
You like it.
He
Okay.
went up
I don't-
on his own like commentary.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the only one who was really positive to
Yeah.
this. And he's like,
Big brain.
you know what? I like
Big
what that
brain.
guy had to say. Thanks, guy.
How do I
Like,
feel about that? I don't know, Frank. How do you feel
Yeah,
about that? I
pretty
think,
good.
I think you're right, Frank.
Just call me Alan, you know?
No, definitely sitting.
'Cause you're
Not-
coming?
Not moving. Yeah,
Huh?
I'm Alan going.
Ah.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to roll those credits.
Yeah. I'm going to stick on a 6. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah, I can tell, Tom. Like, you're just giving me shit for throwing in the power. It's like, I'm not playing your games.
I mean, Tom, you're the dumb one that liked it. What an idiot.
Oh, shit.
yeah, hey,
Golden Y.
more like sold on try. No, fuck, that was bad. Language.
Throw in the power.
Okay, thanks for listening to Throw in the Power. My name is Ray.
My name is Marcus.
My name is Tom.
And that was Goldeneye. The Pierce Brosnan James Bond, his first one out. And anyway, we're throwing the power. Send us some DMs, subscribe, like, all of those things. The buttons are down here, that's what they say. We love you. Thank you for listening. Anything, guys? Anything from you?
For England.
Too late.
Throw in the
Bye.
power.